again to join today, joining your energies in exploring this amazing book, The Nine Freedoms. Every week we are going deeper and deeper into this book, taking one small bite at a time. And even though everything is new, everything is far-fetched, we will we will be beneficial by this knowledge. So it's an amazing journey. Let me, as usual, share my screen, where we are and where we are going. So you all know that we are reading the Nine Freedoms and meditating on the content. So this is a channel material from the intelligence called Mars Sector 6, and who the channeled person, channel master, is Dr. George King, who is an avid meditator, meditated for more than 8 hours for 10 years. So he has a caliber to channel this amazing wisdom. And this book is, sometimes it's like a fiction, like a science fiction, but of course, sometimes the truth is fiction. And it gives a different perspective of our evolution into the future, and how does the future look like maybe in a billion years, but we will understand better in a billion of years. As for the soul, it doesn't matter. So where are we? We finished the 7 freedoms already. The first 3 basic, much important: bravery, love, and service. Then with these mastered, we enter into enlightenment, cosmic consciousness, and as an ascended master, like Mahavatar Babaji, for example. And these ascended masters can then choose to stay on Earth or travel in between planets, start their journey on different planets. And we learned that the planets themselves are teeming with life, but of course, on the higher dimensions. So we must develop our inner senses to really know this truth, not just the physical measuring equipment like telescopes, but rather we need to see with our inner eye to know this truth. So that's what we were told: interplanetary existence. We were learning. We also learned last week about the secret of creation, which is nothing but the Om, or Aum, AUM, which is this vibration of the universe. This is everywhere. We learned much more deeper about this wonderful vibration and how creation happens. So going back, today we learn about the 8th freedom, Saturnian existence. So brace up, masters. We are going out to the edges of this galaxy, or at this solar system. So we are on the Saturn as a consciousness. But before we understand what this means, let us all meditate, connect to our inner source, our higher self, and then we will understand this knowledge better. So I request you all now to sit very comfortably, have some water if you wanted to, clasp your hands and cross your legs. Now gently close your eyes and focus on your normal, natural breath. Let us all make an intention to connect to our higher self, to understand this wisdom better and apply in our life. Stay with your breath, friends. Be with the flow of this amazing breath. If you notice a thought, just acknowledge it and bring your attention to your breath. Last 10 minutes. Follow this stream of breath to deepen even more. Last 5 minutes. Stay with your breath, friends. Gently bring back your attention to your physical body. Remembering all the seven freedoms. Knowledge of the right kind to free ourselves from free fears. This is bravery. realizing that love is a natural energy everywhere, and service is love in practical action. Let us all spread our love to this planet and beyond. The more we meditate, we are on the path towards enlightenment and cosmic consciousness. Let us all go back to silence. Last 10 seconds, friends. Feel your body. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. So gently place both of your palms on your eyes, taking in this amazing energy, and you may open your eyes whenever you are ready. So thank you so much, friends. Have some water if you have it nearby. It was a wonderful meditation, and thank you for your collective energies. So, friends, back to our eighth freedom, which is Saturnian existence. So, this time I will do a bit differently because the Saturnian existence is quite deep. And what I will do is I will read some of the snippets and some of what other comments, and we have to read by ourselves because this topic is very deep. You remember that interplanetary existence means to go from one planet to another planet, and the consciousness learns even beyond this ascension, right? So now we are talking about Saturnian existence, one of the most highly evolved planets in the solar system. So let me read and also along with commentary of the author. The eighth freedom will be Saturnian existence. After the life stream has gained experience by living and serving on other planets in the solar system, it is then ready to be introduced into an even greater, fuller, more complete, more aware cycle of existence. So you have read in the freedoms 6 and 7, namely cosmic consciousness and interplanetary existence, that life stream has to go from one experience to another experience on this earth so many lifetimes to become an ascended master, and from there to become an interplanetary master. This is happening like into different planets, like we discussed Mars, Neptune, Jupiter, or Pluto. So the student have to be here reminded that the life stream has to experience all these experiences on on planets, and also move between. The life stream has the freedom to move between the planets. It is presented to the lesser solar lords for initiation. After this initiation, it is then introduced into the Saturnian life cycle. At this time, it is neither male nor female, but both, in the highest possible sense. So, after moving and learning on different planets, also to remind you, friends, this is like billions and billions of years we're talking into the far future. So the next step is into the initiation of Saturn, and thus there are actually beings on Sun. This is even for us to hard to comprehend, but most of the cultures like revere Sun as the god, right? So this is where it is coming from. The Sun, the beings on the Sun have the authority to initiate someone into Saturn. So this is the thing, like they declare and they perform this cosmic initiation of such masters to enter to make them enter into Saturn. And from here the being on Saturn advances as any other planet. But there are even more levels. The next major initiation causes a division between this live stream and all others. It travels to some place outside of the solar system and spends the equivalent of 125,000, so 125,000 of your terrestrial years in meditation. After this, it returns to Saturn, fully proven. So it is very difficult for us to even fully appreciate such a feat. How can the question is like, how can an intelligence could be so advanced to travel between planets and to go from one planet to other planet and exist in many dimensions, and still to be capable of holding meditation for 125,000 earth years, right? We don't even have the remotest idea. So it is believed that this idea, this statement, was put in the text to illustrate the difference between a live stream capable of existing on the Saturn compared to the evolutionary cycle of Earth. So this is just to give us a comparison of what a master can do on a planet as Saturn. So these amazing truths were given at this time in order to bring as much rise in man's consciousness, and it's much needed. So from here, it goes to the primary hall of initiation upon the sun to receive the secret doctrines. It returns to its planet under light of the Supreme Interplanetary Council. It shines. So again, friends, here, after being sent and in deep meditation for 125,000 Earth years, the live stream then goes back to Saturn, officially accepted by the Sun, lords of or the masters on Sun, to receive all this secret knowledge about how to serve this solar system as well as the universe. And you might have read in other books that there is an interplanetary parliament or interplanetary council on planet Saturn. So this exactly matches here. So these masters on Saturn are so capable that they can divide their consciousness into 3,720 different parts. So they can divide their, let's say, maybe we think they can divide their soul into 3,000 parts at a time. They're living in different dimensions, so having different bodies. So you can, whenever we refer to an over self or higher self, so higher self will have so many other souls. That's why we are all part of collective, for example, of a greater being. So we can also think like that. So this is the truth, much more fantastic than any fiction yet written. And such a great master is not limited to anything, and they have access to all mind, and they are silent because they are like beings sitting on the Saturn in deep meditation, but they can operate anywhere across the galaxy and the universe. So if we think like from all our scriptures, the God or the energy may be sitting still, but it operates through all of us. So maybe we can understand like this. So this is the flame pointing back to the divine source. So finally, if you must forget your name, do so, but never forget the debt you owe to the masters on Saturn if you are searching for and hope to find enlightenment. And also remember that every meditation you do, every good deed you do, every contemplation you do, you are helping not only few around you, but also you are helping the whole. So yes, friends, this is the amazing knowledge. And finally, here the message repeats: the degree of improvement you will bring about within yourself is dependent upon your own efforts, dependent entirely upon the amount of energy you wish to expend. So maybe it might be your service, it might be your thoughts, it might be with your meditation. We bring our own enlightenment, our own knowledge through our own efforts. Depends on how much energy and time we put into it. So thank you so much for listening, friends. This was an amazing wisdom, even to understand, like my mind just blown away to understand how the masters on Saturn would be like. We can just imagine because we have no reference. So thank you so much. Do you have any comments or questions on this freedom so far? So feel free to unmute yourself. Yes, Ram.
Thanks
Please
a
go
lot,
ahead.
Sashank. It is awesome to listen certain information, which many times it's like, wow, I'm listening for the first time. Probably a feeling of like a baby. So it is really interesting, certain things that you have shared today that had been coming through this wonderful book, particularly the last 3-4 sessions. What we have been hearing is really lot new. However, let's say being on this journey, connecting to various books, various masters, it doesn't surprise, but it makes me more uh, how do you say, more interested in learning, more interested in serving. Because in one of your statements today that you have shared, and even in the past particularly, you specified after you spend so many of years in meditation and service, after you live so many lifetimes in service. So these two words, meditation and service, they keep on repeating and repeating and repeating. And that's my takeaway. All this information is new. We all need to um, be grateful that we are listening to this, and then remembering how important it is, meditation and service. So thanks a lot, Shashank. I know this is not a easy book to go through, because there is so much of information that comes through, the first first time listening, first time reading. However, all that you are sharing is helping all of us to, in a way, connect all this wisdom in bits and pieces. I'm sure reading that book will give us more depth, and listening to these wisdoms is surely opening to all of us greater doors to different wisdoms that will follow in our journey. Thanks a lot, Shashank. Thanks a lot. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Ram. And I'm really grateful to you and Madhu for encouraging me to share this book, because I still remember I told you, or I asked you, that the wisdom in this is too too far fetched, and I asked you how to even explain this. So you told me to, if I learn till A, just teach and share that knowledge A, and someone might be benefited from this. So thank you so much for encouraging me to go this deep into this book. And also, you wonderfully summarized meditation and service. That's true. In this book, keeps on revolving around this one single thing, service. And they even say like service is the jewel on the rock of attainment. So this is their caption, the Atheria Society. So wonderfully put. Thank you so much.
That statement is so beautiful. Can you repeat, Shashank?
Service is the jewel on the rock of attainment. So this is their motto of this book, Nine Freedoms.
Wow, wonderful, wonderful.
Yeah,
Thank you.
thank you so much, Ram. Yes, Pawniji, please go ahead.
Namaste, all of you. And to be truthful, I couldn't pay total attention, but I was very inspired, and I felt that I should listen to this reading again and follow it again. And yeah, it's very inspiring, as Ram sir said. I'm also feeling very grateful that I could hear this. Thank you so much, Master.
Thank you so much, Pawniji, for joining. It's great that you bring your energies just by being here. So thank you.
I really love
Yeah.
to be here, with all of you. So,
Totally.
though I have some work in the house, I make it a point that if I'm available, I'll just switch on and connect with you all so that I'll feel like family. Thank you so much for the warmth. And
Thank you.
yeah, I really like to hear your voice. So, I
Same as well.
really like your voice. Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
Thank you. Thank you, Pavanaji. And we miss your singing, but maybe I will join the next session.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah. So, yes, friends.
Thank you,
Anyone
Sashank.
else?
This is Swarna. Yeah,
Hi, Swarnaji.
thank you. Yeah, beautiful sharing, and I know it's very deep. Uh, but you covered very well. So it seems like you said very simple information, but that's how read to us. But it has a lot of meaning, and unless we experience that, we don't understand. So we have to go and touch this Saturn in order to experience. But yeah, you beautifully said even beings are on sun, so sun and Saturn are different, or so different, right? Different.
I mean, the sun is our star in
Mm-hmm.
the giving us. I mean, from the
Mm-hmm.
sun came then all the planets,
Mm.
all these nine planets, what we count, and then again, like, I mean, according to our physics and everything, sun is the center, and all the planets are revolving around
Around,
on the physical
revolving
plane,
around
right?
there.
And now
Mm.
if I think, so sun is the center, not just giving energy, but also giving the wisdom, where all the planets are learning from the sun. So the more I think on that, the beings on the sun. So the beings on the sun are responsible for giving initiations, who are distributing the pranas to an
Hmm.
energy. So it's very, 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 very vast
Hmm.
and interesting subject.
It is. It
Yeah.
is. Yeah. So just I was wondering, like, why only Saturn they mentioned? Is it close to Sun, or because I know
No, no.
all these pattern,
We already
all these
crossed.
planets.
We have been
Hmm.
traveling quite a lot, Swarnaji. So we traveled from Earth. We
Uh-huh.
crossed like Venus, Mercury, Neptune, Mars, Jupiter. We touched all the planets. So
Mhm.
at the interplanetary existence, you travel from one planet to another planet, and then
Mhm.
Saturn
Saturn.
is the highest.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha. Gotcha. Thank you so much. I know you always mention these planets, but I just only focus because it's maybe out of my reach. I just okay, whatever. All the planets are same. Okay, so just means my knowledge did not reach to all these
No,
planets.
no, no,
But yeah,
no. It's
thank you for yeah. I'm just at the level like all the planets are all planets are planets,
no. I
but I
also
know
got
there's
this. Yeah.
so much knowledge and depth. So that's why I was asking, like, why they mentioned, because I didn't, yeah, since that is the today's topic, I
Wonderful
felt like,
question.
so that is the highest, most, and is that the end of the book, or do we
No,
still
no.
have,
We have
no,
one
okay.
more.
Oh, one
You
more
can
session.
expect what it is. Any any guess? What would be the last one? Where are we heading to?
Yeah, like pure eternal existence, consciousness.
Yeah. Master Nilima wrote something. Before I read that, we crossed all we went from Earth to different planets to Saturn. What would be our next stop? Any guess? Any others?
Earth, planet Earth.
We started from Earth, so
Okay.
maybe we can, of course, choose to come back to Earth, but also the the next stop, the last one, is solar existence to the sun.
Okay,
I'm
okay,
correct
yeah.
then.
So Master Nilima already guessed.
Now, awesome. Yeah, because that is where everything came, and now we are marching back to sun.
Going back, yeah, this is the cycle.
Okay, okay, got you. Yeah, I know that shows we are still on the earth. That's why we are bringing ourselves to earth, not even thinking to beyond, right? Yeah, true. Only Nilima is enlightened, looks like. Yeah,
We
beautiful.
are all. So it's great. I mean, I asked this to myself, this question: why only Saturn is there
Mm.
is separate freedom on Saturn, but in interplanetary existence, the freedom before the seventh freedom, there it is mentioned all the planets in one in within one message. And
Mm.
but of course, from that level to this level takes a lot of time. Yeah.
Yeah, but beautiful. Maybe at least the concept we are
Yes.
listening, right? At least
Yeah.
we know that okay, they exist, whether they experience or not.
Yeah.
Next, we need to strive to experience. But yeah,
Yeah.
beautiful concept and beautiful topic. So
Maybe
thank you
in
so
million
much.
of years we'll all be in Saturn, having
I think so.
3,000, 4,000 parts of ourselves.
Yes.
Maybe our
Mhm.
part will be talking about us then. So
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, you're absolutely right. Definitely. One day everybody has to go to there, but it's that one day we have to balance everybody's thoughts here, not just our thoughts. That is the big challenge, right? Because that's why we are meditating for everyone.
Yeah.
And so unless everyone come onto that boat, we cannot, the universe cannot go to that, merge into sun, I guess. So that is biggest challenge. Can't say like, yeah, I'm enlightened, I reached to Saturn. Okay, sit there until everybody come to that.
It's interesting to really think about and contemplate. It's very
Yeah,
amazing
exactly.
knowledge.
Yeah, everybody. Yeah, because thoughts are collective thoughts. The thinking and destiny says. So just it's our we are whatever we are is collectively happening. That's why in the family, one person thinks one plan. If everybody doesn't agree, that doesn't manifest, right?
Yes.
So only if you are you're unless you are very deeply, you're like at the sky rocketing thought, then you can manifest. But if somebody says negative, gives negative thoughts to that, then that's not whole thought, right? So that's why only we manifest whatever everyone together do the same thing. So yeah, thank you very much, Shashank.
Thank you, Swanaji, for sharing your knowledge. Also, one funny thing, I always thought Saturn, coming from India and thinking from astrology point of view, Saturn is always very terrifying. If you Saturn, especially astrology, if you go into astrology and all, I never knew that till I read this. I never knew that Saturn has such a great role, and these beings are like we are very grateful for these beings on Saturn because they are doing all this service. They are sending the great masters on Earth, and
Mm,
somewhere it's mentioned on this book, like even Master Jesus and Mahavatar Babaji
mm,
are all a little part of those great beings. That means Mahavatar Babaji is such a great master. He sent himself a small point that we call as Mahavatar Babaji. So I cannot even imagine how great these masters are. Yeah.
mm. Awesome, awesome.
Master Nilima says speck of his consciousness. Thank you so much. So he sent his speck of consciousness on earth.
Mm,
Yeah. So he is our living, at least we all read about him. So one of the Saturnian master. And yeah, thank you.
awesome,
So
awesome.
Master
Exactly.
Nilima,
That's
hmm, sorry, Sonaji, please.
yeah. That's why whenever we are in conscious touch to that service conscious, then only we can do service, right?
Mm.
Otherwise, those thoughts doesn't come, and even thought come, we don't really implement. So we have to touch to those consciousness, then we can really move forward with the service, I guess. Is that
Totally.
yeah?
Thank you. Thank you, Sonaji.
Yeah.
So, yes, Master Nilma, please go ahead.
Hi, Sashank. Yes, when you're reading, I was just thinking the statement which you said before, like how our astrology, everything is combined. So all this consciousness, all the information that we have is a lot. And I guess the only thing is like awareness and the right knowledge kept at the right time. It's very important. And all these, when I was hearing like about the Saturn, the consciousness and everything, the knowledge is so immense that I have realized there is lot to learn, and we have to even think beyond, because sometimes even I used to think astrology, it's not correct, why should I need to know? But then when you're reading today, I am just thinking like there is a lot more information that I have to give respect to everyone and to everything. And maybe it's just the right knowledge which has to be kept in the right direction. and that is what matters more. And thank you so much, Sashank, for this wonderful session. And yeah, so enlightening. Even the past session, when in last session I heard in YouTube about the the sound, the power of the sound, and it was so enlightening as well. And thank you once again. Yes.
Thank you. Thank you so much for the wonderful words. Thank you. And yes, astrology. Now that you're telling, I also remember, in the Indian like Vedic tradition, the sun has two suns.
Mm.
One is Lord Yama, and the other is Saturn. So Saturn is also called lords of karma. So you can find parallels how our ancient history, or we should call them ancient history.
Yeah.
Uh, uh, they told us in terms of parables. They told us in terms of all these key, like with coded messages. The like how sun, Saturn, and death, everything is somehow interrelated. It's
Related.
amazing.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you.
Uh, Thank you. It's amazing that I remembered now. So yes, masters, anyone else would like to share your knowledge, or how did you feel?
Well, I think I need to read a couple of times that book to grasp the deeper knowledge. It has, the book is very deep. I read already, but I have to read more because I don't think I have enough knowledge to share. Yes, whatever you are talking about, Yama and the Lord Saturn and Sun. Yeah, I know the story, and the time is actually related to Saturn, and we actually death and time. And then we actually think about the crow in India. The crow is a very auspicious, it's related to time, actually. We give food to the crow because we just, Saturn is, it's a service. I mean, you just mentioned about the Jesus and Bhavata Babaji. I mean, then that's actually, the way the author wrote and mentioned, that's really, I never thought like that way. But yeah, it is true. Love and service is also come together. Like if you love and service, so like in astrology, Venus and Saturn are friend. So yeah, they have a lot of similarities. Very deep book, and so to read more again a couple of times. Well, thank you to introduce this book. I really enjoy.
Thank you,
It's very,
Sangamitaji.
very strange and mysterious, and all the stories
Yeah.
are there. Yeah, and it will take probably a million of lifetime to understand everything. Thank
The
you so
other
much.
the other says, in billion of years, you will all know what it
Yeah.
is.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Sangamitaji. But you started reading already, or
Yes. Yes.
that?
I bought that book from Amazon and I read it. Yeah. But it was hard. The book, I mean, I have to read not one day. I couldn't finish it. Usually do that way, but I have to read like in a couple of days because to grasp the knowledge. But I think I have to read it again,
Yeah, definitely. But great that you bought and you started reading.
Yeah, I
Really.
bought the book and from Amazon. Yes, ebook, of course. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah. Yes.
Wow.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you.
Yes, masters. Totally. This is really, my mind just expanded and opened even more with this amazing knowledge. So thank you for joining. Anyone else, friends, would like to share their thoughts? If not, maybe Ram or Nilima, you can announce.
So I just
Next.
I want to ask something like,
Mhm.
if you think about, like, you're talking the way, the subject you are talking about today, and I have a habit of thinking, and that is a meditation, or that is a daydreaming or something. I have a habit of thinking, like, whatever I did, and then just try to connect each other. My mind is. So is that a meditation, or that is a distracting of my mind? Sometimes I get confused because I'm just asking this question to my
I
group.
Yeah, I think it is contemplation, because we contemplate on a certain idea. We definitely, like, whatever we read, we need to contemplate what about that. So then mind starts making connections, of course. And the more we think about it, we expand our thoughts or expand our mental body to attract similar thoughts again. So I I think totally fine with that, because we are thinking higher thoughts.
Because sometimes I think that maybe my mind is distracted because I need to meditate more, not thinking. So
But of course, in meditation, while meditating, we
yes,
keep
yes,
our awareness on the breath.
yes, right. Now I am
By
talking about other time, like, like they said, when you are cooking, you cook. When you are cleaning, you clean. But when I'm cooking, I'm thinking. So that is not the
uh,
right thing, right?
it, I think it's fine,
It,
Sangamitaji.
it is
Sometimes,
hard. Yes. Okay.
great
Thank you.
great
Yeah, it's hard.
scientists and inventors, they will get ideas when they are taking bath, for example. So it's perfectly fine. Maybe
Okay.
other. Yeah.
Well, thank you for reassurance. I always think that doing something wrong. Thank you.
Thank you, Sangamitaji. Amazing question. Maybe other masters have different perspective, but yeah. So yes, friends, thank you so much for joining Master Ram or Master Nilima. Do we have any announcements tomorrow or today evening?
So, dear friends, we all connect to the Akhanda Dhyan, which will be happening in a couple of hours. And please do join for that. And tomorrow morning, we'll be hearing from Master Swapna. So let's connect to her for tomorrow's morning session. And please utilize the energies of full moon still. And also charge yourself completely. Yeah, thank you so much, friends. Thank you so much, Sashank.
Thank you so much, Master Nilima. Okay, friends, thank you. We will meet again next week. We're going into the sun, so keep be excited for the journey. Keep meditating. Bye bye.